Right, it's Paul from the Tamala channel with something slightly different. This is what I call a build along kit. In other words, I'm going to build it along beside the tank I'm doing, the Leopard. I'm getting quite near the final part of that to actually in regards to the build process. And also then when I get to my Tiger 1, if this is still being built, then I'll be building this alongside that as well, because that's why I'm calling it a build alongside kit. I've wanted to do this for quite some time. I did make a short video for Switcher a while ago. He has seen the video, and so he most probably had an idea I had something in mind, but I decided this is what I'm going to do. So this is the AMT kit. It's the AMT kit number 633. It's a 1955 Chevy Cameo pickup truck, and the reason I picked it is because of the year. Basically, I love the pickup trucks anyway, but when I saw this one I snapped it up, and it's built in 1955, which is the year of my birth and my wife's birth as well, so it's good. It's in 1/25 scale, and little bits on the side of the box. I'm just going to turn it slightly, you can see it there. You should be able to see that without no reflection there. There you go, just a little bit, but there you go. Basically what it's saying, it's molded in yellow, paint and glue required. It's in 1/25 scale. It's got over 110 parts. It's a skill level 2, so possibly I might just cover that. Features: a powertrain, a 265 V8 engine with 3-speed manual transmission and a single exhaust. A chassis has separate front and rear axles and springs. Separate exhaust system. Interior has a folded bench seat. Obviously I reckon it must have had some sort of tools and bits hidden underneath that, possibly, or behind it. And the body parts are plated, including the fender, tailgate, emblems, and optional exterior sun visor, which I do like the idea of using that. Underneath the box, which I didn't notice before, there's a basic history of the actual kit, of its bit, along with Chevy legendary 1950 passenger car lineup came along a new series of pickup trucks, basically saying obviously these were all linked with cars as well. So this is their pickup version. I really like this anyway, but it gives you a bit more in detail. It tells you about the speed, the manual, it gives you all the information I just mentioned. That's on the side of the front of the box on the side, giving you information here: warning, shocks, hazards, glues and bits and pieces. Usual sort of run-of-the-mill stuff, box model kits. On the side you've just got some basically similar drawings to what's on the boat. I do like the side view, gives you an idea exactly what the chrome looks like and everywhere, and also there. So here we go, let's turn it back to as it should be, and there she is. Now inside the box, here's the instructions. I'm going to go for the instructions at the end. I know Switcher likes doing it at the beginning, and I've tried to do it at the beginning, but I thought I know I'll do it this way. Now as you can see, I've got a little tray here with little bits and pieces of, and these are the parts that are all chrome. It's to do with the bumpers, the mirror, and bits and pieces. So I've actually stripped all the chrome off them. So all these parts here were chrome, and they're all stripped off them. And so I'm going to be doing my own chroming on them, so it'd be interesting to do. Here's the headlights, bits and pieces. You've got a bit of clear perspex to put on there, but it needs cleaning up anyway. But that's what I'm going to be doing, so I'm going to put that over there out of the way, and that there. Also, if I can find the little devil, there's a grill in here somewhere. And there's the tyres. I'll just show you the tyres there. There they are, rubber. Body, bits and pieces. Is here somewhere? Ah, there she is. Now, this is a grill, and as you can see, there she is. And you can see all the inside recesses. Now I'm going to be drilling those out and cleaning them out with a very sharp brand new X-Acto blade, or I should say scalpel blade, and cleaning them up, and then sanding from the other side to get a nice smooth rendition of it. And then I'll be putting some wire mesh behind it, if I can find out whether it's diamond or square or whatever behind there, because I know for a fact, well, most cars have got grills where actually air flows through it, and having solid there, although it looks nice with it painted, I still think it would look better with it actually being able to see through it. So that's my idea. That's the reason I stripped the chrome off, because I knew I wouldn't be able to do it in any other way. So there you go, that's that bit. It's all been chromed off, and the rest of it now is all to do with the kit. So if I move that over out of the way there, as you can see, it's in its packet, but this one comes open, and I think you can see the details on it. It's a nice little truck. It's going to look really nice rendition. Like I said, radiator grille straight through. You're going to see the radiator. It's going to look really nice with that bit sitting in there with a see-through. There we go, the see-through bit, so you can actually see the radiator behind it, the shadow of it anyway. There you go. So that's it. I'm going to put that back in its. Oops, there you go. Put it back in its bag. Stop it getting scratched too much, and that's that bit. Now this is the glass perspex parts. Very nice. I'm not going to take them out of the packet, but there they are. They look nice and clean. and because these bags still sealed, they haven't been out at all, so that looks good. And there's the 2 headlights I talked about earlier on as well, so that should look really nice. Then you've got some lots of bits, and I'll go through to the bits and pieces in there. This bag's open. I've undone it so I can have a quick look. But there you go. So the first thing you've got is the actual. There's a bit of flash, as you can see, not unexpected in an older kit, and it basically breaks off. And I'm not going to do that. I'd rather do it with a sharp knife. You've got the steering wheel there, the actual pedals, brake and clutch pedals. Looks like a gear shift there, but I'm not sure until I do it. There's part of the bench seats right near here. There's a seat there. And you've got the bonnet. It looks really nice. The emblem goes there, but obviously that's in there and it's got to be painted. And there she is. And there's a part there where you actually put the attachments in to get the mechanism working. Now I'm just going to find out. I'm going to clean all these bits up because when I lift up you don't want to see that. It's got some bits and pieces there. Interesting to see how to do that. I'll be looking forward to doing that because I definitely want the bonnet to be able to raise and lower and have a mechanism that actually holds the hood up. That's my idea anyway. There you go. So that's that bit. Then we've got the actual engine parts here, pretty straightforward. The old fan for the actual radiator, the pulley for the wheels. You've got bits and pieces over here. You've got that looks like the manifold, exhaust manifolds, 2 of them, because obviously the 2 pipes come up from underneath the engine I've seen in instructions. There's a part of the engine. The engine evidently was apparently Chevy red, and evidently it was a Pacific red for it, so it'd be interesting to have a look for that. Springs look quite nice. Rear axles, they're good. Suspension parts. Yep, here and here and here, and that's the bit for the bonnet, actually the mechanism that assists the bonnet from going up and down. Be interesting to see how that works. There you go. There it is. I've got a spare tyre bit there. You can see that. Obviously that would be in the actual underneath the pickup truck, but there she is. That's the actual, really good, and it looks pretty straight to me, so it shouldn't be too much. Bit of clean up. That's all. Expecting that. Here is the. You might be able to just about see the mechanism of the wood there. Bit of wood bits and pieces, but these raised bits are actually metal runners. Actually, as I said earlier, I think I said where they slide things over. I don't think I've mentioned that yet, but anyway, they slide things off it when the metal runners makes it without scouring the wood, I suppose, as well. Side bits of the actual inside of the actual the truck element and the deck of the back of the truck element. And here we go again, and we've got the flooring of the inside the car again, where the actual goes up to the firewall between your driver and the engine. And there's the actual sun visor that's there, the sun visor, and part of the exhaust pipe around here. This is part of the back of the truck, and the bumper system, which has the actual chrome one go onto it, as all the chrome elements go onto it. Front, that looks like the front axle, definitely is. Yep, that's it. And the wheels again, some more wheels here. And there's a radiator, and it looks pretty good. So basically, with a bit of paint on that and a bit of weathering on that, being able to see through the grille should be really nice in that way. So that should be really good. I think that'd be okay. Right then, so that's all that. Oh, and here's the side bits. Like I said, these are flush. I don't want to touch them because I've got to clean that up. These would be flush. These are flush, but I have seen one where this is recessed back, and you've got that lovely wheel arch there on either side, and I really do like that one. And if I can possibly get that sometime later on, because these are not deer kits anyway, because they're older ones. Be able to get that, look really nice, look nice sitting next to this one. Anyway, so that's that bit. So I'm going to put them all back in the bag. If I can get them out of that damage them. And I've managed it. And these are the actual chrome bits and the bumpers, I've said, and more wheel hubs and more parts of all the chrome. They all feel a very fine sandpaper, and I've kept them in a little tray there for that reason. Right, so another thing in the box is decals. So I'm not going to take those out there. I'm going to leave those till I actually show, and I'll show you when I get nearer the time of that part of the build. Usual blurb in the box, basically sign up and go ahead, basically join them, the AMC, Polar Lights, all part of the same company nowadays. They build some nice things, Batmobiles and things like that, and Star Trek, and obviously cars. So that's all in there. So I'm going to put this all back in the box. Ah, there you go. I'll slide that cab in. Might turn that upside down slightly. Wheels and tyres. I should say tyres, I should say. And I'll put that little bit on top of the box and put it back in. And as you can see, so that's as far as I'm going to go now. That is the build. I may be starting that next week. What I'm thinking about doing is 1 week, just do about an hour on it, just put an hour in every now and then, just something different from the tanks, and it gives me a little bit of diversion away from building the tank. So I will be doing a short update on me Leopard in a minute, and I'll be doing that after this video is finished. So anyway, thank you very much for watching this, if you did watch it, and I hope you don't mind me doing this little thing other than tanks, because sometimes it's nice to diversify into some other areas. And I've watched old Charlie on his channel, and I'm subscribed to him, and he's built some beautiful vehicles since I've been watching him, and he does some beautiful submarines and bits and pieces of other vehicles as well. He also done the V1 rocket, which was really good build as well, and that was a Tamiya kit if I remember rightly. So it's worth going to see Charlie's channel on his car builds, and he builds really old kits as well. Because the last one I think it was built in, it was actually manufactured well back in the sort of early 50s, and it was really one of the early kits that come out. So there you go. So thank you very much for watching this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Happy modelling.